In my last video, my husband and I started renovating our 1990s kitchen that needs a little extra attention. And while we don't have a lot of experience in contracting,
how do I know when to stop?
we have to do a lot of the work ourselves, as this is our very first home and we don't have a lot of money to pay professionals for everything that needs to get done. But we do have a lot of determination and are really excited about all that we will accomplish in this space with our own hands. So join me on my journey of making our house a home little by little. We began to mask off some of the cabinet boxes to prevent any paint from getting inside or on the shelves. This is because we decided not to paint the inside of the cabinet boxes. After the cabinets were cleaned, we scuff sanded the cabinets using a sanding sponge to roughen the surfaces of all the cabinets just a little more, so that the primer would adhere well to the cabinets. We then wiped away the dust from the cabinets that accumulated from sanding, so that there would be no dust particles stuck to the cabinets once we were ready to prime and paint. So the next step in our kitchen cabinet transformation was to prime our cabinets. Primer is really important because it allows the paint to adhere to the cabinets properly and be more durable and long-lasting. We used the Zinsser BIN primer to do 2 coats on all of the cabinet doors and frames. My original plan was to spray all of the cabinets using my paint sprayer, but I decided to just use a foam roller to prove to myself and to show you guys that you really don't need any fancy tools or equipment to get a high quality finish. Seeing the primer on the cabinets was really exciting, as the kitchen was already seeing such a huge transformation. I know this may look like a huge mess to you all, but we were really excited about the progress. I was really proud of all the work that we've already accomplished at this point. I'm gonna get started on sanding, just a fine sand to get any surfaces smooth that I primed, and then we'll go ahead and start painting. A lot of these steps may seem a little repetitive, but with all of the research that I've done prior to this, and with my little experience in furniture flipping, I know that these steps are very effective for achieving the result that we want in the end. I used a really fine grit sandpaper because the purpose of this was to smooth out the texture and not roughen up the surface. I just finished sanding all of the cabinets, and they're super smooth. Like when I run my hand through it, I'm like, this feels so good. So they're perfect. I'm just gonna wipe them down with a damp paper towel just to get any dust residue off, and then I'll be able to start painting. I'm so excited. This may seem like an extra step, but it's a necessary one, and it really only took me 5 minutes to do. We just went to the store to go get the paint. It's the Sherwin-Williams Emerald line. This is the urethane trim enamel, and we got it color matched to Natural Cream by Benjamin Moore, and we got it in semi-gloss. I'm very nervous about semi-gloss. I don't want it to be too shiny, and I normally do my walls in a satin finish, but I was told that like 90% of people that paint their cabinets use semi-gloss just for the durability, and it's easier to wipe down and all that. So we're just gonna go with it and see. We ended up getting more foam roller replacements, and then I got this zebra brush. I love zebra brushes, they're so soft. It's the windows, ledges, and cabinetry, and it's in the square shape, and it's really going to be great for me to be able to get like the little corners and then just roll out the rest. My design assistant decided to take inventory to make sure I had everything I needed for this part of the project. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
You happened. That's what happened, silly. No, no, no. the color, it looks good. Oh my gosh, I love it. I did not make a mistake at all. I love this color. Getting the first coat of paint on the cabinets was the first time that I felt like I was finally starting to see some of my vision for this kitchen come to life. It was really getting me super excited for what's to come for this space. I finally felt like all my hard work sanding, grain filling cabinets, and removing wallpaper was finally beginning to pay off. Like, can you guys even tell that this is not white? I know it looks like I'm painting these cabinets white, but it's actually a really pretty creamy beige color that I ended up absolutely loving. I only wish I would have gotten it tinted just a little bit darker at the paint store, but you live and you learn. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm pretty happy with this color either way. Of course, you could always use a paint sprayer, but I like to use these high density foam rollers that really help you to get that spray-like professional finish on a budget, and it won't leave any streaks or brush marks. Ladies, how do you tell your husband that, you know, being a wife who loves interior design, you hate the light fixture that you originally purchased for your kitchen that you're now remodeling, and you have to go and buy another one? But no worries, we're gonna sell the old one, so it's all good, it's all good. I didn't paint this part because I'm taking that light fixture down. I don't like it at all, I hate it actually. I'm gonna replace it, and I'm taking this whole piece down so that more of the light from the windows can like come in. The first order of business in this step was removing this satin nickel light fixture. It just wasn't working for our space. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and I'm lefty-looseying it and it seems like it doesn't want to come out. Oh my goodness. Okay, got it. Oh, wonderful. This one doesn't want to come out. Trying my best here not to like smash the window.
Come on, you got it.
I forgot, I should have gotten a flathead because like I didn't realize that this would need.
Me too.
Are you holding this or? Okay. Got it. Woo. Thanks to the help of my husband, we were able to successfully remove this light fixture. Oh, my arms! Yeah, my arms are tired. Alright, I got the wires out of there. Now it was time to remove this old board from above the kitchen window. I have no clue if I'm doing this good enough. Oh, hubby, I need you for this. Should I have like squirt it? Do you think? It's moving. Yeah, I just kind of want to see if I can. Yeah, no, I'm loosening it, you know, making it easier for you. Whatever. I was not getting that out because there's screws fastening it on the sides. You know, your girl just wanted to be Superwoman. You might have to come over here in case you need to catch it. This screw is like in there. Hold on. Even though I was a little stubborn about having my husband help, I'm glad he jumped in because after several failed attempts, we were finally able to remove this board. It looks so much better. I love it. I feel like I'm in a brand new kitchen. So I'm gonna use Bondo all-purpose putty, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill those holes where the screws were holding that board in place. Also, just to like smooth out the top of the cabinet. When using this Bondo product, I typically like to use a piece of cardboard to mix the contents on. I will scoop out some of the Bondo from the can onto the cardboard and then add some of the blue activator from the tube and mix it together until they are fully combined. I'll then use my Bondo spreader or any flexible plastic spreader to apply the product to the surface. Okay guys, I finished the cabinets. I'm gonna do one more coat. I'm hoping 2 coats will be good enough. Honestly, because this paint is so good and it's self-leveling and everything, I honestly felt like I didn't need to sand. But I just did it just in case because I obviously want it to come out the best that it can. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe everything down with a paper towel. I think I'll dampen it just a little bit. It was important for me to wipe down all of the cabinets to get rid of any extra dust in between each coat of paint. This allows for better adhesion of the paint on the cabinets and ensures that the finish is long-lasting and durable. I liked using the square zebra brush to get into the smaller crevices of the cabinet boxes, and then I moved on to using my foam roller to roll out the larger portions of the boxes, and this really allowed me to smooth out all of the paint on the surface. I then moved on to removing my painter's tape that I used to protect other surfaces like my appliances and countertops from getting paint on them. After finishing the cabinet boxes in the kitchen, I woke up early the very next morning to finish painting the remaining cabinet doors and drawers. We decided to finish the cabinet boxes in the kitchen first, as it was a great visual motivator for us to keep pushing through this project when it seemed like it was just dragging on a bit too long. I'm repeating many of the same steps that you've seen me do before in this video, which include sanding in between the different layers of primer and paint. Honestly, my favorite part about this phase of the project was definitely painting. It was just so therapeutic and I could do it for hours without complaining. One of our cabinet doors was pretty loose and ended up falling apart on me while I was filling in the wood grain. So I repaired it using some wood glue. The wood glue was really hard for me to get out of the bottle, so I used some clamps that I had laying around to help me apply pressure and more easily squeeze the glue out. I used a rubber mallet to help me move the rail of the door back into place, and then used a rag to wipe away any excess glue so that it didn't interfere with my paint application. And then I let it sit so that the glue can dry. Once the door was fully dried, I was able to do the last 2 coats of paint on the remaining door, and it was ready to be installed. Before we could reinstall the cabinet doors, we needed to drill recesses in each door to make room for our new concealed hinges that I purchased from Amazon. This was something I'd never done before and I really didn't want to mess up, so I was pretty nervous initially.
Like, how do I know when to stop? Because that doesn't look like it's enough. No, it's not. You see? I mean, it's working.
We didn't realize how strong oak wood was and our drills weren't quite strong enough for the job.
We need to figure out that drill, like, because we'd be here all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm really nervous.
Because it's like, if I mess this up, then yeah, I don't know. But we'll see. So we borrowed our neighbor's drill to get the job done and it all worked out in the end. The very last step in this part of the makeover is reinstalling the cabinet doors and installing new hardware. And once I got all of the recesses drilled on all the doors, it was time to start screwing the hinges on. I will say I made a mistake on measuring for one of the hinges and ended up having to make 3 recesses in one of our doors.
This one has 3 holes.
No worries though, all it will take is some Bondo and more paint to fix my mistake. My design assistant was shadowing me for this part because she's never installed cabinet doors before and really wanted to learn. We purchased this beautiful antique brass hardware from Amazon. For the price, they are really great quality pieces. My husband did have to help me cut the screws because the other pre-cut ones did not fit our doors or drawers. This was hands down the most exciting part of this makeover process. because I was finally able to start putting the final touches and pretty details on all of the cabinets, and I feel like it just really made this space pop that much more. I feel as though removing the wallpaper and redoing all of the cabinets made the biggest change in this space. I used these clear, soft touch rubber bumpers to reduce contact noise and protect the inside of the drawers and doors. As you can see, our design assistant decided that she would do a quality control check to make sure that all of our work was done right. And for a beginner, she oddly seemed to have a lot of painting experience. It was starting to get a little suspicious. The kitchen really has come such a long way from where we initially started, and it's actually a place that I enjoy being in a lot more now. It just feels so much more open, bright, airy, and welcoming. So far in this extreme kitchen makeover series, we've prepped, primed, and painted all of our cabinet boxes. We made repairs to any damaged cabinet doors or boxes and removed the old accent lighting and valance board from above our kitchen sink. And we also installed new cabinet hinges and hardware on all of our cabinet doors. In the next video, I'll be repairing all of the kitchen walls in preparation for the tile backsplash, removing the old window trim around our kitchen sink window, and we'll be taking you along to purchase the tile that we found at a steal of a deal for our kitchen backsplash. So to keep up with this kitchen makeover series, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.